Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my name is Vincent LOTF, and I will be defending Jack and Roger. The first thing that needs to be said is that neither Jack nor Roger is guilty of any of these crimes being held against them. On the side that Jack and Roger were in the same group, with Jack being the leader. As Jack was the leader of the group, he never once gave a command to anyone in his group to kill anyone. Roger in this group was like Jack's right-hand man, and although he rolled a boulder off the cliff, there's no evidence that Roger was aiming for Piggy, or anyone for that matter. Jack and Roger are innocent because Jack never once gave an order to kill anyone. Neither did he kill anyone himself. Also, there is no evidence that Roger was aiming for Piggy when he rolled the boulder off the cliff. And finally, Simon's death was neither one of their faults. My clients had a temporary mental impediment. My clients, Jack and Roger, are not guilty because of the fact that Jack never gave an order or never arranged for neither boy to be killed. This is a known fact because in Chapter 9, after Simon woke up from being unconscious, he ran down to the beach. Jack and the hunters had already had a feast in place, so there couldn't have been no time to plan a death for Simon. Now, we all know that my clients and all the rest of the boys had a part in Simon's death. But my clients at this time were suffering from a temporary mental impediment, which means while Simon's death was happening, my clients wasn't aware of what was going on. So I feel they shouldn't be held accountable for any of these actions. So they can't be held responsible for whatever happened. This basically proves that my clients cannot be held responsible for the death of Simon because they were not aware of what was going on. But let's not forget, Jack nor Roger ordered for Simon to be killed. So that should be the first thing that proves that my clients are innocent. Jack and Roger shouldn't be found guilty because if we remember what happened when Piggy went to Castle Rock again, I remind you again, people of the courtroom, there was no conspiracy of murder against Piggy. So it goes to show that Roger never had planned to kill Piggy, which makes the Boulder Act incident a mistake that was not meant to happen. This proves that my client Roger never had an idea of killing Piggy. And Jack can't be framed because while the boulder was being moved, Jack was talking to Ralph. Let's say that Piggy's death was planned, but we don't know by who. But we could easily add Ralph to the equation because Ralph stood right there and saw the boulder be dropped off the cliff and said nothing. So if anything was planned, Ralph could be added to the equation. Again, that proves that my client Roger isn't guilty. Jack and Roger's not guilty because, as we said in the beginning, my clients during the time of this event was going through a temporary mental impairment, which makes someone not aware of the things that they are doing. This is the biggest reason why my clients should not be charged with any of these crimes being placed upon them. I feel that if you don't have the facts, then you can't blame Roger and Jack. This means you don't have any evidence that the boys were aware of what they were doing because they had been on the island for a long time now, with no good water nor food. So mentally, that could mess a little kid's mind up. In final consideration, ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, Jack and Roger should not be found guilty because neither boy was aware of their actions. So how do you punish someone who's not aware of what they're doing? It's like punishing a baby. They're not aware of what they're doing at the time that they're doing it. So ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I say this: if you can't find the facts, then it can't be Roger and Jack.